last night, right after the tragic loss for the Eagles, and I'm watching the futures, and I see China tepid, and our futures are down huge. Now, we have become, once again, remember when Italy was down, our futures were down, Greece down. We're now China, and I think it's very funny because the Chinese can do whatever they want. It's no longer, I was telling the boys and girls, what do you call them, men and women,
yes,
for Squawk, right?
Yes.
For Squawk, wait a second, guys, it's not about trade. It's well transcended trade at this point. It's about, guys, we don't want you to be a great nation, and you can become a good nation if you play ball with us. And I think that the Chinese have to get the pressure off the stock market because too many wealthy people have got, remember, they've got a weird country over there now where they have this elite, it's like Russia in 1916. They've got this elite group of rich people, all of whom are invested in the stock market. And then they have the masses, and the peasants, remember what Engels said, it's a sack of potatoes. Peasants are like a sack of potatoes.
You're not implying that they're a year or so away from a revolution, though. You're not. He's giving us his Lenin pose.
I see.
He's giving us his Lenin pose.
To the Finland station, right. I think that when you get Peter Navarro off, let's say you get him offline, he's not talking about the earnings per share of Procter & Gamble.
He's really got grand ambitions of that type.
I think it's I'm waiting for Mr. President, please tear down, Mr. Premier, please tear down that wall. But this time it's Chinese wall. And that's probably not going anywhere because it's kind of historical. The Berlin Wall was very shabby. But I do think that there's much more to it than just trade now. And when Larry Kudlow comes out and says, listen, we have offered them a path, a roadway, and they're doing nada. He used the term nada. When Larry uses the term nada, he's dropped the with all due respect stuff.
Yeah.
No more with the all due respect.
He's going full Spanish.
Full on.
Well, Wilbur with us, David, last week. Wilbur Ross saying the G20 meeting is not a trade meeting.
That was really
deflating expectations for that.
Yeah, see, Carl, I thought that was a huge takeaway because Wilbur Ross is a business person. And when he did that, when he said that to me was like, okay, so now he shifted over to the Navarro camp. And the Navarro camp is saying, look, we're done with this. I mean, I just hope it doesn't involve
I don't know if he's shifting over to the
fleet.
Navarro camp. He was just letting us know that there were no plans to have any significant meetings.
Well, there is no
camp.
camp.
As far as he was aware, but that always seems to change. As
the Chinese
got to be up to date on these things.
The Chinese have to do something besides support their stock market.
Well, they got the plunge protection team. They're doing their business.
Yeah, well, they're making.
They were doing it on Friday. You and I discussed it then. But to your point, and the ones we're making the headlines this morning are certainly not positive in terms of any hope for détente.
Well, and you read the conference calls. One of the continual themes of the conference calls is, and don't worry, we're pulling out of China as fast as we can. Like VF Corp, which was not as bad a quarter as the stock reacted, was like, hey, guys, we're 11% China. Don't worry, we're getting out. Don't worry, we're getting out. I mean, it's almost as if they're seeding the Chinese market. We know we're not going to sell as much in China. We got to get the heck out of China. And we are getting out of China as fast as possible. And you want to be on the right side of this president. And I think, someone was saying, Jim, you say the elites like PRC. Who are the elites? Well, look, I don't want to get into the mainstream media versus not, because that's a little too rhetorical when it comes to the White House. But the fact is, when I listen to the companies are saying, Mr. President, we're out.